July 24th to 26, 2025, showcasing the best in Nigerian arts, music, fashion, and investment opportunities. Whether you're looking to discover the future of real estate, explore Nigeria's culinary masterpieces, or get immersed in an electric Afrobeat performance, this is the event of the year. You can also join us for a film festival, cultural dance spectacles, and the recognition awards. Don't miss out on the business opportunities and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now before they're gone on eventbrite.co.uk. Call or text +447 438 893 190 or 080 330 46768 or +447 459 071 747. Visit our website superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week London 2025, celebrating the best of Nigeria, is partnered with Civil Society, scaling up nutrition in Nigeria.
A very good morning to you all. Good morning, Nigerians. I wanted to come on wearing black because, in fact, he was our president and he passed on. Well, he was 82 years old, so it's not a life that is not well spent. It's a life that is worth celebrating. I remember when I was growing up, and I remember this man. I don't know how. So a difference in our age was only 20-something years old. You couldn't be anyway. That's it, because this guy must have been president at 30-something when he was just almost 40. And we used to sing this song, General Buhari, you are welcome to Benue State, the home of culture and hospitality. We wish you a happy stay. May your period of office be a pleasure to all Nigerians. That was the song we sang when I was young for this great man. Where he has passed on, many Nigerians will have a lot to say today. You know, as a leader, I know what it means. You know, I mean, nobody is perfect. But in this difficult time, I will beg everyone to talk less ill of the dead. Why? Because I want to say only one good thing I heard about him, about the man Buhari. Let me put his picture out there. My uncle, who works, he works with the National Shipping Line before he retired. He's retired now. And he said Buhari was posted in. That was his first appointment. And it was during Obasanjo, I'm sure. He appointed him, and that before this time, all the guys there, they always have their bed where they take women, they do all that. When Buhari came, he sanitized the system. He made the National Shipping Line a place where it is convenient for both men and women to work. In fact, he was clean. That was why when Buhari was coming back, all I was saying, because I wanted good luck, I don't like Buhari, I never even work with him, but my uncle was always saying, no, this man is a good man. And only that alone stick with me for a very long time. Oh, for that simple reason, if nothing else. Today, let us take a moment as we bring everybody on the show. We'll take 1 or 2 minutes to mourn the president. We're not going to mourn him for too long, just 1 minute silence will be enough. But I'm not going to do that alone. I have Mary in Abuja. Mary, good morning.
Good morning, Daddy Chris.
Yes.
How is London this morning?
London is good.
Nice.
Asaba, a very good morning to you guys. People in Asaba, they have the power of...
Good morning.
I like this. You guys are wearing all shady there. What's going on? Are you mourning the president? Is that how you mourn your president? Yes, good, though.
We're crying.
Yes, we should.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
We have the CEO of Liberty Hub. He's right here with us this morning. I'm sure we're going to take 1 or 2 minutes to take a look at what he has for you people in Nigeria. And these are the things people I deal with, but I deal with people with initiative. And that's why he's right here today. We're sharing with you. And today, as you can see, the background is all loaded in the Nigerian week, which is really around the corner. We always do what we do. You know, I said, it is not how much or how big or how you do your thing, but how you just keep doing it. Keep doing it. If you keep knocking on the door, just if since I was born, with my little hand, I've been hitting at a small door like this, the door, that door. No matter how thick it is, that little kick will open a door that you cannot even believe. So it's always about the consistency. Keep knocking, keep knocking. And that is what we do. Well, this morning, like I said, let's take a moment to remember the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was a two-time president. We're talking of the man, Muhammadu Buhari, PMB. Just a moment of silence for him. And may his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. I want to hear people say amen. Kai, now my president.
Amen.
Maybe even you, Miriam.
Amen.
It's a good thing, oh, liberty. Liberty hall. They free people.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Yes, a very good morning to you guys. And like I said, good morning. The people are supported with the former president. And Nigeria have lost two people like this that I can remember. I remember when we lost Abacha. We were in the middle of the World Cup. I think we were in France 1998. So yeah. And Abacha passed. That was met with joy. We were dancing. I don't think Nigerians are dancing with the passing of Buhari. He has his own flaws, but I'm sure the man is not completely evil. There's a comment I made on this show one day when I said, if Buhari knew or had what it takes to fix Nigeria, they would have done it. And I want to assure you guys, if Tinubu had or knew what to do to fix the Nigerian state, he will do it. They are blind sometimes they are ignorant, sometimes their idea which they tried did not work. And it doesn't really turn them to be evil men. I always say one thing, it's not me that appointed a president. You cannot become a president if God is not on your side. I don't care how you come in. God made leaders, not human beings. And I'm sure before God picked on anybody to run the affairs of our Nigerian state, there must be something good. If you don't believe that, then let me say this. Let's go back to the words of El-Rufai. For you not to run for Nigerian president today, you are a coward. Mary, do you hear me say this? I said you are not running for the office of Nigerian president, meaning you are a coward. You know why? Because Buhari was among the very few that came out to run. He said, I want to be president. That is why he became president. Not everybody has been able to say, I want to be president. How many of you children wake up now and say, I want to be president of Nigeria? That's what I want to talk about today. Being bold, going for it. Because you're not going to be president if you don't say you want to be. First, you have to conceive it. And then you pronounce it. You don't just say it. When you pronounce it, other people will run the ideas with you. I know so many people think, oh, how can I do this? How is it? It's impossible for this to happen. No, it's not. Because it's not only you that is going to do it. Do you know how many people supported Tinubu to become president? Was Tinubu the only one that ran the campaign? Tinubu campaign was happening in every little corner. Peter Obi, because Peter Obi came out, every dick and harry in the country want Peter Obi to be president because they pronounce it. We're not going to go to his bedroom and say, "Come and be president." I'm going to ask a question this morning. Mishak, why are you not running for the office of the governor?
Yeah, sir.
Let's start. And why are you not running for the office of the governor?
Why am I not running for the office of the governor?
Yes.
Well, that's a very sensitive question. Deep as it may, the kind of politics you practice in this part of the world.
You don't have to answer it. I will ask Mary too. Mary. Okay, yes. I'll go to Mary. Because, sometimes if you don't want to answer it, I'll leave you. But I will ask. I have a reason why I'm asking. I'm not trying to put you on the stage, but I have a reason.
Dirty, yeah.
The reason being, it is important for you to even aim high and believe in what God has made you to see. And sometimes you need to wake up in the morning and ask myself, why am I in this world? Am I making the differences? Can I do it? Yes. There's nothing I cannot do. Engineer, there is nothing, quote me today, there's nothing you cannot do.
Of course.
There's nothing Mary cannot do. The only reason you are not doing it is because you refuse to conceive it, bring it out, and pronounce it. I love what the Bible says. It says you confess salvation. You believe into righteousness. You don't need to believe first. Now, let me say this, Mary. I'm going to say this now. Mary, go first. Mary, if I not say I like you, you can ever marry me for this world. Even if you not marry me, I don't talk and finish. But I must say it first, Abi.
You have to pronounce it. That's true.
Thank you, my daughter. So, Buhari pronounced something great. The man took a great risk at one point in time to take the office. If you commit a coup, it's a treasonable felony. Babangida said it well. If you succeed, it's a regime. If you fail, it's a coup, punishable by death. He took the risk. He got away with it. He was a one-time head of state. He came out, was able from back, whether in his own way, because his people were running after him. Not that I agree with him, but he became the president. That's something I respect. I want to use Buhari case. That Buhari is the least. I want to say this. Sorry, sir. You're gone now. Wherever you are, you know the truth. He's the least intelligent president we ever had. In my book, the man is not intelligent enough. But you know what? He was a good-time president. There must be some quality in him. Maybe he's so humble. He has that leadership skill. Oh, well, it's not an intelligent man. So you don't need to be the most intelligent person to run for the office of the president of Nigeria state. You know why I'm saying this morning? I'm talking to young people. I'm looking behind now. I can't see young people actually running for the office of the president. They are too limited. They are too small. Young people, 20-something, should be running for the office of the president. Who said you cannot? Who said that you cannot? That brings me now to Liberty in this studio. Thank you, engineer. You are with a great man. Two of you are great people. So let's talk to him this morning. You know why I bring it to him? When this young man first told me about his idea, I told him he's a joker, man. What's he talking about? Because he came to me and said, "Look at what I want to do." And I said, "Okay, I'll grant you an interview." When I listened to him, and I'm not listening to him, today he's not where he is. So I want him to talk us through what this organization is about with his own mouth. So you will hear from him. When I talk about being a president, you don't need to be president of Nigeria. You should be president of your own. And Elijah here is a president. President Elijah, could you tell us through the body of firm? A very good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, my viewers. Good morning, Nigerians. We don't all have to become president and governors to make impacts and affect lives locally. One of the paths we have chosen as a patriotic citizens is to make an impactful kind of organization that will be able to change lives and improve the way people do things locally. And that gave birth to what we call today Liberty Hub. Like Daddy Chris mentioned, we had a conversation sometime last year, and he was saying, this is not going to be possible. How can you achieve that? But Daddy Chris, let me make it clear to you that 1 year down the line, we have impacted not one, not two, but well over 3,000 lives in Nigeria. As we speak, we have about 11,000 subscribers on our platform. All of them, we are looking at how to actually empower them, not just financial empowerment, but provide access to the basic knowledge, basic information, provide mentorship for them so that they can all become independent and will be able to be CEOs in their various entrepreneurial journey and in life. So we have chosen that vehicle to be able to help people work with the informal sector to be able to see how we can change the narrative and change the idea of lazy mentality into a workforce where it will no longer be brain drain for our Nigerian citizens and youths, entrepreneurs who struggle, but it will become a brain gain so that they can be able to have access to what they needed and improve on their basic life. Other entrepreneurs around the world have the basic tools they needed to thrive in businesses. And we also are looking at how to provide this platform for our Nigerian fellows so that it will be easy for them to do their micro businesses, empower themselves, become CEOs that will be proud and not see themselves as people who are left out or forgotten by their father, so-called the president of Nigeria.
Well, and that brings me to the next question of today. Talk us through what Liberty Hub does. This is your brand, right? What is Liberty Hub?
Exactly. Good. Now,
Break it down.
Liberty Hub International Limited is an organization incorporated in Nigeria to provide, in summary, 4 basic things for entrepreneurs, which is access to information, mentorship, access to knowledge, that is within the mentorship work frame, and then we also provide access to markets, access to capital, and access to technology. So for every entrepreneur out there, there is a need that would see you make progress in Nigeria, see you make progress in your business, see you make progress in your agricultural projects. You need either capital, you need mentorship, or you need technology or market to be able to drive it. Surprisingly, a lot of our farmers in Nigeria are subsistence farmers, but if you put them into the process of farming properly, and then I read a report a few days ago that said about 47% of tomatoes produced in Nigeria go into waste. That is because before they get to the market, they are perished already. So what we do at Liberty Hub is provide a platform where it is easy for us to provide market for you, and then cut off those middle persons who would rip the farmers off of their sweat and be able to provide a better platform, which is providing offtake for these farmers even before they go into farming. So for entrepreneurs, we provide access to mentorship. Like I told you earlier, we do what we call the Iboma style of training. We assign you to a mentor in the field who is successful in the business, and then you learn through that phase using technology so that it will be easy for you to become successful and you do not need to look at the pitfalls going forward. So if we provide basic knowledge, like you ask an average Nigerian today, what do you need to become a successful business person? They will say money, capital. But after a proper review, you will discover that money isn't the first thing. Ask that same person, how much do you need? Might not even know. Okay, some will put figures to it. But how do you spend that money you need? You will discover that they are not prepared yet. So we need to prepare ourselves, which is getting the knowledge that you needed to be able to do your business well. And if you're already doing a business, how would you be able to make this become a success? What and what do you need to grow your business? Simple bookkeeping of information or records can help your business thrive better, so you know when you are in profit or when you are losing. Some people start business and they close shop after 1 year. Typical Nigerian way of doing business. Because without proper accountability, you lock your shop, eating the profit and the capital, thinking is the profit you are eating. So a whole lot of stuff like that happens within the Nigerian ecosystem that we have actually come to change the narrative. And on top of that, we provide access to other basic equipment or resources that would help you be able to become successful in what you do. One of those things that we do is that we also provide access to health insurance for our members, so you are secured and safe at every given time. So if we are mentoring you to become a successful farmer and entrepreneur, you don't need to worry about what happens when you are sick. The hospitals are there. Working with one of the biggest HMOs in Nigeria, we have over 2,000 hospitals nationwide in every state practically where our members are subscribers to, and they are benefiting from it. I'm happy to tell you that we have over 1,000 persons who are enjoying that services in Nigeria. And this is making us work and work very well. We are also looking at how to provide other opportunities for them. We bring in partners, we bring in other service providers to support them. We also provide access to telecom, CUG for all our members, so it will be easy for them to communicate. And then you don't need to look for credit when discussing business or with the fear that your credit will expire. So you can sleep talk on your phone because you are a member of Liberty Hub. And so we provide all of this. We have a platform known as the Liberty Mall, which is our e-commerce platform where every entrepreneur can showcase their businesses. We are partnering with a national carrier for delivery purposes nationwide. So you can showcase your business on the mall, and then people can patronize you from all nook and crannies in the country. We also use technology to drive businesses and ensure that people work very well with it.
Amazing. I like I'm sure Mary and the rest may have one or two questions, but I'm going to ask this simple, and I want to make it very simple. I am a young man in Nigeria. I'm looking for what to do. How can Liberty Hub help me? Simple. Where will I start? If I call you.
All right. So first and foremost is that you need to look for how to join Liberty Hub. So as a young man and you are looking for what to do, or you have an idea, you want a means of executing that idea, join Liberty Hub by simply subscribing to our platform. Once you subscribe to our platform, who would talk you through your
now that
idea
you're talking,
and provide the tools you need to be able to do that.
Yes. So the Liberty Hub, what is your platform? What's the address, please?
Okay, so our Liberty Hub website is libertyhub.ng. Libertyhub.ng. Now, if you're on that platform, which is the corporate website for you to get all the information you need, you would also be able to have a contact person there, a WhatsApp number to talk to, and then someone will contact you to be able to pick up the information you need and find out how you can sign up.
Quite an interesting one. About, have you had? I wanted to ask him: have you had mentees that produced? Have you that can give you the confidence to say yes? It's a transformational hub.
The answer is yes, because we have people who are benefiting from our programs as we speak. Currently, we are also unveiling our states, Ekiti states, Lagos states, and we are doing the conventional things, providing assets for them to do rice farming in the south, so that we can be able to produce what we eat when it comes to rice. We are doing potato as well within this region, so that it will be easy for us to be able to produce what we eat. These are things that we already have uptakers for. We have people who are subscribed to the platform who are benefiting from the healthcare, the CUG line, and who have also benefited from our microcredit scheme to support their businesses and their thriving.
Quite interesting. That you're talking about the rice farm and so many other farms that you're going to be projecting in about 5 states. Farming, very attractive, noble initiative you put up together, but the issue of insecurity cannot be overlooked, because when you talk of agricultural evolution, insecurity is one thing that we can't overlook at all, because people are even scared to go to farms right now to do their work and to the business of farming. So what is your plan? How are you going to be able to get the confidence back to the citizens that this is a noble idea? It's farming, the issue of insecurity. How are you going to tackle it?
Okay, fine. Good question, because that's where we find ourselves in Nigeria presently. And our approach to that is, one, we do cluster farming. We are not doing individual farming, so you are alone. So we do cluster farming, where we farm between 10 to 20 to 30,000 hectares in one cluster. So it's a massive space of land which will be secured. We are also partnering with organizations to provide drone security services for us, so we know when there are intrusions and what happens thereafter. That will also be known by us. We are also looking at other measures, local measures, to be able to keep, for example, herdsmen away from the farm when it comes to grazing, cattle grazing and all of that, in order not to damage the farm. So there are other local things. We are also partnering with an organization known as RESIDA, the Agrarian Land Army. They provide agro security for farmlands and spaces, which is real-time and functioning. So all of these are 1, 2, 3, 4 measures we have put in place to secure our farmlands, and then that will make it possible for us to farm peacefully.
Nice one, your partners. Yes, Daddy Chris.
Go on. I told you, if you have a question, you can. Because I was going to bring in where I am here, I'm in the UK, for instance. Liberty Hub is coming to Nigeria with in 2 weeks time, less than 2 weeks actually.
Yeah.
So
right
they'll be
there.
showcasing this very talent, they're showcasing what they have. That's what Nigerian Week is all about. It's opportunity to Nigerians to showcase this kind of talent. But make my life easier, Elijah. What should I tell people in the UK that you are coming to tell them that, hey, listen, on the 25th, this young man will be here to talk to you on what you can do, on how you can, how does it concern us? We're not in Nigeria.
Okay, first, I would say Nigerians in diaspora, be ready for a revolution back here in Nigeria because we want to grow together. Enough of the negative reviews about our country. We are coming up with ideas to change the narrative. We are coming to seek partnership with Nigerians who would be able to see how they can help their families back here in Nigeria to be able to find something to do and not remain a perpetual liability to them. Relationship and partnership with Liberty Hub to provide these opportunities for your family, your friends, and then you can also be able to grow yourself and, where possible, allow your loose funds to be able to work for you, because we also provide access to trusteeship when it comes to investment. That would enable you to be able to say, okay, I have $2,000 who is affecting lives of entrepreneurs in Nigeria, and this would also come back to me with a positive review. So Nigerians in diasporas, wait for us in the Nigerian Week. We are definitely going to give you reasons why you need to look back home and then be able to support Nigerians locally and grow entrepreneurs. If we have 100,000 active entrepreneurs who are happy because they have benefited of Liberty Hub, you too, your names will be written in stones.
Okay, Elijah, I don't know why Asaba keep doing this to us, but we're going to continue. The question to him is, when they come back, I'm going to ask him. There's something that people talk to me about fundraising. They say, I go to my uncle to give me money to start business. Who is going to give you money to start business? Nobody gives you money to start business. You give him money to do business with him. When somebody come to me and tell me, oh, give me 200,000, I don't have. But by the time you tell that, please, give me 200,000. If we spend this 200,000 in another 3 months, we will get another 100,000. You see, my year go stand.
Because everybody wants profit now. Nobody wants to be losing. Just like when you're spending and you're not gaining, it's a loss. So that's it. But if someone is collecting money to make more money,
thank you,
you'll be glad to give out.
Thank you, Mary. So Mary answer my question. That brings you back, Elijah. My question is this. You've been telling us how go on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay, fine. I met with somebody in the UK who said last year he spent 2 million naira on healthcare for his family member. Just 2 persons, because one of them took an operation. He spent 2 million naira. But he met me and said, how can you help me to be able to ravage that situation? And I told him, you would pay 400, not spend any dime on healthcare for that year. Because subscribers on our platform, for example, pay 42,000 for the year, and you get healthcare of 1 million naira cover for that same year. So if you are in diaspora and people come to you and say, please, I don't have money to do business. Today you send 200,000. I don't have food. Tomorrow you send 50,000. I don't have this. Tomorrow you send. Simply sign them up on Liberty Hub. We would provide them all the basic things they needed. We'll take care of their healthcare. We will then teach them how to generate income by being members of the Liberty Hub platform, and then provide for them microcredit to start one small business for themselves. That way they will not be looking at coming to disturb you all the time. So if you are there and you have the ability to sponsor 1, 2, 3 of your members and pay 43,500 for 1 year, that person might not come back to you for money again.
Talking about the healthcare, when you talk about paying 45,500 per annum for healthcare for a certain category of people, and you say they would be able to get healthcare services to the tune of about 1 million. What kind of ailments? Because like the national insurance scheme we have here, there are restricted ailments. When it goes beyond malaria, typhoid, headache, ulcer, I mean, when it goes beyond that, it becomes a problem. When you're talking about the hypertension, when you're talking about cancer, talking about serious operations, they'll tell you it's not covered by the insurance scheme. Now, what kind of healthcare services does this Liberty Hub truly can? What's the scope of its healthcare service?
Very good question, because first we need to make this clear that the National Health Insurance Scheme has been enacted since 1995, but up to date, they have not done 10% of the Nigerian population. So we are not covered based on that. However, what we are doing with Liberty Hub is revolutionizing how that work, because we have designed a model not looking at what the NHIS provide as a service. So what we do is we provide that service for our members, exceeding the look of the government. Now, the reason why it is that small from the government perspective is simply because the government is not faithful to the service providers. So when you go there, they are not willing to do what they are necessary to do. But here we pay upfront. And so when our enrollees visit the hospital, they are given, we have testimonies of people who have visited the hospitals under our platform, and they get even meals while in admission. That's because we pay upfront. And now there are certain health challenges that are not actually covered within the 1 million health cover. And those are chronic health issues like cancer, like kidney problems and all of that. However, every other thing is covered, unlike the government cover. Every other thing is covered, up to even operations. We just had a case of one of our enrollees that went to the hospital. He wanted to do a surgery for an eye surgery, but in the process of doing that surgery, they discovered he had hernia. They did it for him as well. So it was a double surgery, which was well over 500,000 based on the hospital he was using in Port Harcourt. But that became a success for us. And right there and there, the man was singing the praises of Liberty Hub, because he wouldn't have been able to afford that as a person. So under this same scheme, when our members visit the hospital and they are involved in issues that are well above their cover, we will also ask the hospital to take care of them, life first. And then we will provide the finance needed where necessary. And that money goes to that member as a head loan, which they can pay over a period of time when they are fine or better. So we have our own way of mitigating those challenges and ensuring that everyone who uses our healthcare services gets premium care at the hospital.
All right, now let's come to the central issue here, which is making money. All right, because if I make money, I can probably take care of my healthcare without even bothering. Now you're telling us, those of us in the UK, I'm talking from those of us in the UK now. You come into us and say, okay, supposedly I don't care about anybody in Nigeria. I don't have anybody I want to take care of. Right? I want to make more money. So what's your message to me? What can I do with Liberty Hall and make money? Because it's one thing to say, oh, we are not Father Christmas. We want to come home. Some of us have issues. Some of us want to make money and come home. Do you have anything within your scheme that will be applicable to people like us who don't have the family? My parents are gone.
Very well, we do. And that is what we call, under our services, you would find that we have Liberty Trusteeship. That's a platform where Nigerians in diaspora or other investors can decide to say, I have $10,000. I like the work you are doing. Put this $10,000 in investing in the lives of people in Nigeria, and give me back in 1 year, give me back in 6 months with X% of interest. That can be agreed, and we can invest that money in either agri or in the microcredit, using it to empower these people to become successful. And then we also do that for them. Take note, we provide access to agri funds and microcredit for our members, including consumer credit facilities for members at 9%, single digit, not per month, but per the cycle of that transaction. So if you are taking fund for us for 6 months, you are paying the capital and interest of 9% back in 6 months. That's because we know that if we provide a landing page for these people, they will be able to succeed. Instead of asking them to pay high interest rates and then they will not be able to do the business successfully. Let's use a simple analogy. You are giving somebody a loan to go do cassava farming. Cassava will be matured in 9 months, and you're asking the person to pay after month 1, you start paying back that money with interest, or start paying interest. Where would the person get the interest to be paying? If you're investing in cassava farming, it is until he finish harvesting. You should be at the gate of the harvest. That's what we do now. Go to the farm gate when you are harvesting. We take the crop from you because we gave you the money and provide it to our off-takers. We then do the profit and loss margin, and they will give you your interest or your profit from there, having taken the capital and interest on it. So these things will do with an EOP from the beginning. So you know already this is what I'm going into, this is how much it will cost, this is what my yield, this is what I will sell. So you know from day one, even before going into it. Those are part of the things that technology will provide for us. And we also explore other services to ensure that we mitigate every other risk, including insuring the farms against all other odds in the cycle. So if you are in diaspora and you want to put your money in this business, the door is open to either take an equity position as a shareholder, for you to be able to be a co-business member, an investor in the company, and that money will be judiciously and transparently used because we provide these services. For example, we have our own loaning app where members can request for those loans, and it is transparent like a banking platform. You apply, you get the services, you'll be able to start repayment, and it will be clear at the end of the day this is what it is. So for those who are looking at also putting money back home, we are welcoming you and saying this is the vehicle to join, because definitely we are on profits.
Yes. Also, thank you very much. People would like. We mentioned so much about loan. People would like to. I would like to know. I want people to understand. Now, when you're talking about the loan, yeah, what is the security? Because people would like to partner with businesses or interests where they are secure. How secure would your? How do you secure your loans? I mean, you are doing business with total strangers, for example, who have come to seek a solace in your Liberty Hub. How do you secure the loan from defaulters? How do you manage? How do you?
Again, that is where we have also deployed an idea that is revolutionary in nature, because we have looked at it. I am coming from a background where I have done microcredit over the years. I understand why loan fail in Nigeria, why loans become bad debt. I also need to make this clear here that we are not driving our loaning services and agri businesses using Liberty Hub. We are partnering with our sister organization, which is the Liberty Hub Corporate, from Liberty Hub, which is libertyhubmcs.ng. You can check that out. That cooperative portal is not just a website, it's also a directory platform where we can do B2B businesses, where business and businesses can transact on a day-to-day basis. So it's a place where you have us list cooperative, list microfinance institutions, list service providers, agro processors. They are listed there as verifiable businesses so that you can be able to look at it and be able to verify the partners you are dealing with. However, securing our loans within our ecosystem is 100% sure, because just let me shock you, we provide these microcredits or loans for our members without collaterals. As long as you are a member on our system, the ecosystem guarantees itself, because we run a closed-knit platform where everybody guarantees each other. So we generate income. We are tied into a system where members have the opportunity to be able to secure themselves in that ecosystem, like a cooperative room where everybody guarantees each other and we are sure of what we are doing. So we are not saying go and bring your debt certificate, go and bring your landed property, go and bring this like the bank regularly. And this is the reason why. There are 4 questions you ask a person who is seeking for fund to do business. How much do you need? What do you want to do with the money? What happens if you don't pay back? Right? So if you can answer how much do you need, what do you want to do with the money, and how will you pay back, you don't need the 4th question, which is what happens if you don't pay back, right? So, but the first 3 questions, we already have the answers, because this runs or revolve within our ecosystem. And let me make it clear here that everyone who joins our platform also has the opportunity to generate income on a day-to-day basis, which is tied to our wallet system. We have the wallet system where people, as we speak, already have income by being a member of Liberty Hub by default. Also operates a referral-based system where it's an affiliate platform where if you ask other persons to join, you generate income as they join and do their businesses. Now we have the e-commerce platform where you also do business. We're not saying come and pay us. So you generate income, and we'll be able to see how we can micromanage all of that. So as we speak, people have 100,000 plus, 50,000 plus, 20,000 plus, 5,000 plus in their wallet on our system, and we leverage on that as collateral to provide loaning services for them.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm really, I'm sure the audience are they're taking everything you're saying, and I'm actually getting educated. So I'm going to ask you two sensitive questions, and don't take this personal. One is, I want to put my money in Liberty Hub. I want to know how you make money, because if I give you my money so that this doesn't look at another pyramid scheme, when this so that it clash, we've been seeing cases of this pyramid scheme. But if you convince me that pyramid is actually making their own money, then I know that's where my interest is going to come from. That is question number one. Number two is, I look at you, young man, and I'm just saying, Jesus, you look like Jesus Christ, who came with a strange idea and say, follow me, follow me, follow me, and I'll take you where you're going. How difficult is it for you to preach this message to people? That's the two questions I have. Thank you.
Okay, let me start with the last one.
Okay.
First, I want to use the opportunity to say thank you to those who believe in this idea and who have believed in me as a person. I have a wonderful team, a wonderful board of directors. They have been very supportive. They saw the vision, they keyed into it, and I am sure sitting here and discussing this, they are proud because we have not failed. And the projection is huge, because gaining traction is something that would help you know that you are on the right track. So they, on a daily basis, see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persons sign up on the platform as paid members within the platform. So that tells you that we are doing something right. Basically, if you are in Nigeria, businesses are not easy to do. But if you can survive your first year and we are running in our second year, it simply means that when we cross the second year threshold, the perception of the Nigerian market is that you must be there for a while and they will see you there before they can join you. So we hope that this would grow definitely. And a lot of persons are joining. It has not been an easy journey getting there because of the different kind of schemes that have come to rip people off of their small, hard-earned money. It is very difficult to believe when people talk. But because people have tested us with one foot, they are putting their other legs in, and they are saying, no, these guys are different because we are doing something different. Now, to your first question, how secured is your fund if you decide to put your fund in our system, and what will come back to you? Look at those who are rich today in Nigeria, you'll discover that they are either providing a service or they are providing a solution to the basic need of the Nigerian, of their populace. Nigeria has well over 200 million people. So if I have 100,000 on my platform who are actively paying 3,500 on a monthly basis, if I divide 42,000 per year, that's 3,500 on a monthly basis. That would give me 3.5 billion naira monthly as active income on the platform, right? However, if you make a profit of 50 naira on 100,000 persons, the company is surviving, because that is huge. You can do the mathematics. However, we are providing services and solutions to basic need of the Nigerian populace, and that will keep us sustained in the market. So this is not a pyramid scheme. This is not a platform to scam people. We are working with legit companies. We are working with reliable companies who has integrity in Nigeria. We are partnering with them to provide these services for Nigerians. For example, we are working with Airtel to provide CUG for our members. And these are platforms that people would look and trust. Our health insurance partner, the HMO, is a known name, a known brand in Africa, if not the biggest, which we are working with. So these are things that would ensure that people would become sick. People would need fund to do business. People would need ideas of business to run. People would definitely need solutions to their businesses. So if, for example, we are providing just the e-commerce platform, Jumia today is a big brand in Nigeria. They are providing just a single service, and we have that on our system. We have all other services on the system, which makes us a unique platform. Definitely every fund invested will come back with a profit ROI.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And this is it. If you want to hear more, it's libertyhub.ng. Let me repeat: libertyhub.ng. You see the number there. This young man is another Jesus. Because I know what it takes to preach a new idea. You know, you tell some people, what is this one saying? Is he not the son of Joseph? But at the end of the day, they found out that he's not the son of just that Joseph. It's Jesus Christ. So let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go back to what happened today in our great nation. A former president has passed on. And we'll take a look at his story and use that to inspire many. My message today is look at this young man here. He doesn't have 20 heads. He has one single head. He wake up in the morning and said, this, I'm going to do this service. He used one word that really struck me. You know what you said, young man? You said, people that are rich in Nigeria, they offer services or they prefer solution to problems. What's your case, young man? You see, there's no way you are in this world not to solve a problem. Then you are a waste of space. This is what I keep talking about every day. God created you for a reason. And you are different from me. What God has deposited in you, He didn't deposit it in any human being. So if you don't use your talent, there's a waste in the presence of God, not man. So wake up and do what God has inspired you to do, why God created you. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Don't talk that much. Stay.
Get ready, London. Nigeria Week 2025 kicks off July 24th at the Hippodrome Theatre. Celebrate the giants of Africa. As the DG of the National Orientation Agency hits us with what makes Nigeria the true giants of the continent. Day 1 starts with a star-studded opening ceremony as we greet to Scope, Marvin, Boyson, and HB Zendo. Then, the UK Nigerian Creative Summit. Hear from Nollywood legend Zeb Ejiro, NBC DG on broadcast rules, and Film London on filming in London, and the British Film Institute on funding and distribution opportunities. Dive into panel and co-production and funding discussions and skill exchange with Middlesex University. Cap the night with a special screening of Zeb Ejiro's Sakobi.
Angela is not who you think she is. She's a demon. Who dies first?
It is a Nollywood Magic, Nigerian Week London 2025, where culture meets business. Tickets at eventbrite.com. The best of the best, July 24th.
Well, it's Nigerian Week. That is day 1 actually. Just don't go away. Stay with us because what is going to happen is this is just day 1. Day 1 is when we're going to have that wonderful creative summit, that performances, and we're going to open it with a wonderful speech by the DG of the National Orientation Agency. What is Nigeria? What does Nigeria mean to you? What do you even understand by the brand Nigeria? All these things we put in place. Why are you really respected? Like I always say one thing on this show, Nigeria represents you, the black man. Anywhere you are in the world, whether you are in Nigeria or not, as long as you are a black man, you are in Nigeria. And for those of you abusing Nigeria, know that anytime you abuse Nigeria, you are abusing the black skin. So any black man there, you owe him. And that's why when you are given an office in Nigeria, know that it's not about you and your little ass. You're taking the destiny of many people. It's what you're drowning. So we're going to take a look at that today. And then after that we're going to see, I'm in the creative industry. Sometimes I'm happy to be there. I'm getting old now, but I'm still there. I come up with this UK Nigerian Creative Summit. I know they try to bastardize it. They don't know what I'm even trying to achieve. But when you come to this event, you will hear from Film London that many of them, when in Nollywood, when they come to Film in London, they run. They even escape. They think they are doing something wrong. But that's on a good day, they're actually entitled to some benefits for filming in London at all. So all those things you're going to hear not from that place, but from those who are from the Film London himself, telling you when you film in London, these are the opportunities, these are the areas you can film. Of course, you need a license. It's not like Nigeria. But for those licenses, if you make anything here, you're entitled to one or two things. And then I bring in the BFI. The BFI will be talking about that. Funny enough, I have been in the industry for 2 years. And I only do big projects. Many of you might not see me that much. Because I don't do tired. I don't do simple things. I do great things. If I ever do a film, it's going to be the one everybody want to see. But something always happen on my way. I don't know why. But what I've done is I've been opportune to come across where Nigeria would have done great international co-production. But because Nigeria does not have a treaty, no co-production treaty with any country in the world. It's not they are struggling to sign with South Africa. South Africa. Go and check. South Africa had co-production treaty with America, with the rest of the world. And that's why they bring in big projects to come and film in South Africa. Maybe if they shoot one big American film in your village, you know that place will boom. The village will change.
That's true.
And those are the things people don't understand. If they come and shoot a project of 2 billion US dollars in your village, you know what it is? The remain is enough to transform the area about co-production and funding. Not what we're doing now. And perhaps I always say to them, you can't talk about anything if you don't know how to say it. So exhibition and distribution will also be. That's why we're going to jump into that industry where we're going to have that interaction with them. I'm just talking about the one of our event. So it doesn't bother me. And I'm not going to talk about, I'm going to bring you why I bring you the Middlesex University. If you are in the industry and you need the skill, maybe you have it, you're not sure, you need to reinforce it, or you want to upgrade it. That's where Middlesex University, they are now partnering. That's what I said to them. They will sign that they will partner with Nollywood, and they will not be giving their own £11,000. They're going to give Nigerians what we can afford, and we'll be patronizing them. So that is the kind of deal I'll be striking with them for Nigeria. But thank you very much, and welcome back. Like I said, today is a great day. It's one of those days that we all look forward to, because the day you die is more important than the day you were born. If you remember, the birth of Jesus Christ is not as important as the death of Jesus. The death of Jesus brought salvation to mankind. So when they talk to you, be worried about or be concerned about the day you live and the day you were born. So
Daddy
the
Chris,
day you live, let it be.
you are right there.
Yes, sir.
You are very right there, because even Jesus Christ himself never asked anyone to celebrate his birthday, but he did told them to celebrate his death, to remember the day he died during the Passover. So it's a wonderful one. The day of death is as important as the day of death.
That's true.
They said, do this in memory of me. You understand? And that's what we celebrate. You understand? And that is the most important thing that has happened to mankind. For those of us that believe, it might be the sacrifice. Sometimes every day we want to go to church. Yesterday they were all in church. And when I talk, they get angry. You were in church yesterday. The basis, the reason, the only reason there is a church today is somebody made a sacrifice. It's not free Mary. They didn't go. Jesus, the reason you are going there, don't go there and beg. Go there and make a sacrifice, not a title. When I talk, Jesus Christ did not go and pay tithe in the temple. There were temples then. That's not where Jesus Christ paid his tithe. Jesus Christ used his life as a tithe for mankind. So when you want to pay your tithe, according to the Bible, sacrifice your life for others. In fact, Jesus Christ taught us one thing. I don't want to hear the first commandment of God. You must love God. Who said you? What do you need to love God? Can you love God? The truth is, the only Jesus Christ said, love your neighbor as yourself. That's the commandment of God. This law are for you, not for God. God don't need you. He has created all these beautiful things, and he's looking for a way for people to live in harmony. It is God's wish for man to live in peace, in harmony. When Moses went to him, he gave him the commandment so that you guys can live in harmony. It's not because you're going to love God. Who are you and God? Anyway, we'll come to that another day, because my people are going to people like Mary and engineer, they're going to sit tight now that the quiz has started. I won't go there. Today is a good day.
You have started now. You have started, but let's just be quiet first. Let's see where you are going to. You cannot know if people go to church on Sunday if it's a problem. Is it a problem?
We're not going anywhere.
Is there a problem?
Now you don't come again.
So if we don't go to church, where do you want us to go to?
No, he didn't say going to church is a problem. He said you should
have
a focus.
Thank you,
sir. He has been
sir.
complaining about it. He's just trying to.
But what did I say now? You are judging what?
That's the petty. Has always been
I said
complaining
you went
about.
to church yesterday. You don't go there
Mary,
to go and
Mary,
do this.
you just
Go there
sounded
and
like a
make
church
it.
goer. Everybody who goes to church has to go to church with a purpose, not just
I
being in the
understand.
building.
You're right, but that the Chris has a personal issue with it.
No,
And that's the
no,
problem.
no, I did not. Is that what I said? See, when you don't understand me, you call it a personal issue.
It is not
What
about
did I say
today.
now?
I'm talking about what you've been saying on the show, not just about
Oh
today.
my
Your bodies
God!
are the
Now what?
church.
But this is how you
Engineer can bear
what
me
I've been
witness.
saying.
Because if it starts
But look,
now, that the
you
Chris
know what
starts
is so
now,
good? Thank God he's here
you
now.
need to,
Thank
you
God
need
he's
to doubt
here. He
yourself
said
and doubt the church you
he only
attend.
asked a question.
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm just. This is the
If it
truth.
starts now, you begin to doubt yourself and the church you attend. And even the men
I'm
of God that
telling
you are
you.
always be complaining about. I know what I'm saying. Engineer said it. Is there any day we'll come on this show that the Chris will not try to bring in church into it?
They must.
So I
And
don't
every
know.
day we are supposed to be discussing politics, but he will bring.
Yes, so
He will reference it.
Okay, can
Yes,
I
No,
say
but
something
you see,
here?
the thing is this.
Daddy Chris, can I say
Anyway, let
something?
me say this. There are things that makes you a human being. Politics is not different from religion. You see, the word politics,
Daddy,
understand
can I
it,
say
is
something?
management. When you manage a human being, you manage his religion, you manage his money. Go on.
Even in the Bible,
Go.
religion and politics are not separated because they are intermarried. The wife of politics is religion. However, I want to address the issue of what Mary is saying. Today, religion has not defended themselves as an authority that we can have that confidence in when issues like this come up. Because the main purpose and focus of churches or religion has derailed. Not every religion, not every church, not every house, which is the building where people gather today, is doing the right thing. However, we also know that if we have to prove, some of us will doubt where we worship. But that's not the point. It is very important that as a living being, you understand the Bible, the scripture very well, and then be able to apply what the scripture says, and then narrow it down to where you worship and find out if these places are doing what is required by the Bible in the actual sense. Today, very many religions are self-centered by nature, sorry to say, simply because the focus has been derailed and they are driving the youth and the people into different things, preaching prosperity, preaching things that will actually, which are necessary but not in the right way, is driving the entire populace into a different focus. If the religion today is teaching the values like Jesus Christ teach, then it's the best place to be. And then you can go to church, you can go to your meeting places with that confidence that you are worshiping God. But sometimes you ask yourself the question, what am I doing here? That's because the purpose has changed from what it meant to be. So it is fine for us as individual persons to be Bible students so that we understand what we learn, and then we'll be able to know that, okay, if this place I'm worshiping is not doing the right thing, let me check the next place to find out if they are doing the right thing. If not, at the end of the day, everybody preach heaven or preach something else. You will find out that you have been standing in the wrong place if you did not scrutinize yourself very well in line with your religion and doctrine.
thank you, sir. I understand.
Well, I want to say something. Let me,
One supporter on this show. Engineer, stand on
let me
your
say
ground.
this.
Tomorrow,
I
your
know,
guest will not be
I-
here. So, Daddy
yes,
Chris,
we
you
can.
have
Let
me
me
and
say
engineer
this
to
today.
face. Your guest will not be here tomorrow.
Let
So
me
get ready.
say one thing very important too. Mary and engineer, I want you guys to listen. You know, when I ask this guy a question, I ask him, just like Jesus Christ, how you preaching your gospel? That's the language I use. Now, do you know who is a man of God? You know who is actually preaching the word of God? You just saw one here. God did not say, come and clap for me. Go and transform lives.
God loves praises, Daddy Chris.
So
God
because
loves
he did
praises.
not add in the name of
You cannot
Jesus,
change it.
Liberty Hub is not a church. That is what I'm
God
confused.
loves praises. God loves
You see,
praises. You
the
cannot change that
definition
one.
of a church in my book, wait. The definition of a church in my book is a gathering of the children of God for a collective purpose of progress. God did not say,
Very
come and
correct.
gather so that you pay money to one man. And you go there to go. I said something on my show yesterday. If you go to a gathering for 1 year, your life is not improving. Don't go there again. It's a waste of space. Now, I want your Liberty Hub because my life will move forward. If it doesn't, it's a waste of space. Look at it. That's why I'm asking him. How are you preaching your gospel? Are you transforming life? Engineer was able to ask him question. Have you been able to change? How are you running your insurance? How is this working? Engineer, you're not asking question. Can you ask your pastor this? This man is a pastor. Not the one that you saw yesterday acting. Those are actors. If they call themselves pastor, tell them to come out. There's a song I played yesterday. There's a music that guy played. If you say you be Roma, come out. If you say you be pastor, show yourself. How are you going to show yourself? Show me what you are doing to transform life. Not what you're collecting from them. Jesus Christ did not collect. He gave his life. Now, when I say this, people think I don't believe in Jesus. Jesus that I believe, Jesus is helping me. But there's a way we will see this, and I don't understand it. And maybe then my faith, my name is Christian. That's my name. Daddy Chris comes from the word Christian. Though my son don't take over the name now. So that's why I'm not daddy of the Chris. But, you know, the Christian is my name. So I grew up as a Catholic. I can interpret it better than Mary. Mary, they go there, they do like this. I'm going to teach them Mary. I will baptize them. When they born this one, when they preach, when they teach catechism, they never born. Anyway, that's not what we are today. We are here celebrating something unique. I am happy when I see it. Engineer, you know that I'm a glutton of productivity. Just like God. When God sees where people are productive, he goes in there. You see, sometimes I ask Nigerians, don't get it wrong, man. You think God does not love China, so he loves Nigeria more than China now. Oh, China, don't clap for him. But China is productive. God is looking from heaven and look down on his world. You see, if you are God, you started this world, you created it, and you left it. Now you're looking down and see how the world is. Look at what some have done with it. Look at what others have done. Look at what China has done with their road. Look at what Nigeria has done with their road. Nigeria don't have light. There's light everywhere. Which one? Who will you be happy with? He said, oh, Nigeria, they clap for me. China, no, they clap for me. Now, in your case, let me ask you, Liberty. Don't you preach sincerity? In your case, what you're doing now is you're telling people to live a decent life. You're helping them to secure their life. You see, because God is not coming to secure your life.
The truth
He has
is,
empowered you to do it.
the truth is, the Bible made it clear that even faith without work is dead. So you cannot be in the church on Monday morning when people are struggling on what to do so that they can feed their family.
Which church is that? Is that even a church? No, when they come to you, Liberty Hub is their church on Sunday. On Monday, it's Liberty Hub. That is your church.
Yes. Yeah, so
your
you
church
don't
is
go
Liberty
to
Hub.
the building on Monday, on a Tuesday, and you are clapping hand and expect miracle to feed your family. It doesn't work
That
that
church
way.
don't need you. Liberty Hub is where I need you because that's where you're going to make money. And you're going to use that money to glorify God. How do you glorify God with money? By changing lives. Now, like I said, if you want to imitate Jesus, Jesus Christ did not go. He did not come to this world and begin to do things. He died. They didn't take anything. He would have gone to pay his tithe in the temple. He did not. What did he do? He decided to give his life for you. That's what we have. What have you done with your life for others? And that's why today I celebrated Buhari in a way. He might have done a lot of things wrong, but hey, when you wake up and say, I want to take this risk, there must be some conviction. He took some risk. Now, like I said, I'm not the one that makes president. But for you to rule this world, God not the look, not the sleep. And if we allow evil men to rule the world, then it's our fault. God did not say go and kill them, but there's a better way now to hold them out of power. So if you allow them to continue to rule, it's your fault. Nigerians have no single excuse for what is happening. Maybe did they not give us a way to vote so that when we vote like this, we will not have bad leaders? Are you saying that only Tinubu and his people can change the whole? Oh, if we say no today, Tinubu will be able to change it. Who born now? In Nigeria, 10 million Nigerians stand outside today on the street, Tinubu will resign. if we are so convinced that he's a bad leader, I'm not saying he is. If all of us be on the street for 2 weeks, how many days did the children were outside? Nigeria were in trouble. You know, I won't talk. Anyway, today is a great day. A president has passed on, and I just want to use it to inspire people. I have this young man on the platform. There's a president passed on. My message is, when young people see things like this, they should be challenged positively. That I can be. Mary is not a Miss Nigeria because she refused to contest. Miss Nigeria is not the most beautiful girl in Nigeria, but she's the Miss Nigeria today. She's among the few. I'm not saying everybody's going to be Miss Nigeria. Everybody's not going to be Daddy Chris. Everybody's not going to be Buhari. But you are special. God has created you specially. Please look for it. Bring it out. Because we are waiting. We are hungry to have you. At that your best. Nigeria, if we are behind. You know, sometimes we think it's a big loss when young people do not realize their potential. Do you know how many talents we have wasted in Nigeria? Maybe because they go church, go pray, they go mosque, go pray 24/7. When they are supposed to be changing the whole world for us. Look at China today.
They are told that by next week they will drive a big car without doing anything.
Exactly.
They are told that
you go not blow.
Week,
Nigeria said they won't blow. Now Nigeria they preach about
Nigeria church. That possible without doing anything tangible.
You go blow. Nigeria they blow from nowhere. You are a thief.
Yeah.
You won't just blow. You be thief. Is that what Jesus Christ? Is that what Jesus Christ went through? He blew when he didn't do anything. The man, and you know the funniest thing, it's a big message.
Let me give an example. Since you mentioned Jesus Christ, right? Jesus Christ was in a wedding feast, and they needed more wine. And the mother came to him and said, "Please, can you help us with wine?" Jesus had the power to provide wine on the table of everybody at that moment. But he knew that you must put work into action for you to get good results. And what did he do? He asked them to gather the jars and asked them to fill them with water. By my calculation, those jars took about 300 and something liters were filled with wine as at that day. It's a lot for them to have completed before he turned it into wine. And as a result, he did not even take the glory like some pastors will take the glory today. He asked them, go and serve that wine without people even knowing the source of the wine. That is what a true leader should do. You should be willing and ready to serve and make your people walk. Not that you will preach prosperity without any pathway to that prosperity. And that's why we see a lot of crimes today, because everybody's looking for shortcuts to make that thing work, to become prosperous without doing the right thing. We lost the value of thinking and making things work the right way.
Thank you very much. You summarize it. When young people begin to tap on their, look at this man, look at this young man. I am looking at him and say, are you from Nigeria? Who gave you this crazy idea? Now, at the beginning, people are going to slap you. They're going to laugh at you.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't worry. Keep going. Like I said, keep knocking on the door. Keep knocking. Jesus Christ said, knock and it shall be open. But it's not when you just like this, to go open. You keep knocking. He didn't say knock once. So he said knock. Meaning you keep knocking until it is open. You know, and this is what this young man is now here with us today celebrating. And we're going to celebrate a greater day. You see, let me tell you this. What you have created now might actually outlive you. You might be gone after so many years. It will still be there. Jesus Christ has left how many years ago? We're still talking about him. You know, and that is the thing Buhari has missed. You know, Buhari was put in a position to make a lot of things. He was sometimes too comfortable. Like I said, I don't blame him because you can't give what you don't have. He's not really the least intelligent man we have as a president. But this is a message to those who are there now. When you have a power, when God gives you something, he didn't make mistake. I'm not the one that make you a president. I'm not the one that make you a governor. It's a thing he has done. He's the one asking you. Because he's the one that's going to ask you. As much as I know, he asked me, what have I done with the one he has given to me? and sometimes I'm quiet. When people ask me a question, I sometimes say, not true. I get offended. A woman said that please, you've been saying you want to help Urobo with this, all this while. What have you been able to achieve? And I was looking at her. She asked a good question. I wasn't comfortable with it, but it was the truth. So, and at that moment, I said, okay. That was why yesterday I came back again and I started the show. It was hard. It was a challenge. You understand? He said, but you can't do this and give up. That is it. You might be offended, but that is the only way God will pass a message. Sometimes God will not say it to your ear. He will use somebody to say it to your ear. Maybe I'm just talking to you today. I might be the voice of God or that of the devil. Take one. God is saying to Mary, use the talent he has given you. That's what I say. I asked engineer, why have you not run for governor? Engineer think he cannot run for governor. Who said so? So anyway, we are here when we are this lab. We are in the presence of greatness. Today is one of those days where we're going to take a look at the papers, Mary, because the papers is decorated with the death of our president, and I think it is only fair for us to take a look at it. Just okay. Where do we start?
Okay, we start with the punch.
All right. Sometimes this is my system. I'm not controlling it. Okay.
Okay, the big story we have Tinubu ex-leaders gather for Buhari's burial in Daura today. And the writer says ex-president dies in London hospital at 82. Shetima arrives with corps national flags and fly half-mast as Obasanjo governors lead tributes. A general legacy, Buhari's march through history. And this story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Moving forward, we have a story here that says 2027 APC plus major NWC shake-up heads of December convention. On page 9. We have 9 states delay teachers, 70,000 naira minimum wage on page 8. And still on the Punch, Nigeria's US exports plummet by $527 million amid rising trade tensions. The writer says 2 months after Trump's 10% tariff move, Nigerian exports suffer sharp decline on page 31. And we have a tribute as Awujale of Ijebuland passes at 91. And this story is on page 7 and 40 of the Punch newspaper. Tinubu, Abiodun, others mourn the life and legacy of a fearless monarch. Okay, these are all the stories we have this morning.
Buhari and this man seem to be good friends. Anyway, we will not be taking a look at that. Something happened, Buhari. We said we don't want to talk ill of the dead today. But that he died in the London hospital is a disaster. You see, there's something that is keep happening, and the nation is mourning at the moment. I mourn as well. But at the point in time, I like this president. Not that I think he was intelligent, but I can see that transparency in him. He's a typical Hausa man, simple, calm, like I said, little bit testimony of how good he was. But there's so many shameful things we take away. You know, that we die, that we cannot. This is why I when I see someone like Liberty, I am impressed. We live in a nation where we don't need to import anything. There's no reason, there's no way Buhari can tell me nobody in Nigeria can treat him. That we have not been able to produce medical doctors that could treat Buhari's illness. Or we don't have the facility, or we don't have the money to buy this facility that made this man to fly to. Maybe he died because he has to face that 6 hours flight first. 6 hours. And a man of that age, you know, on a good day, you shouldn't be flying anyhow. When you get to a particular age, aeroplane not be your own. Aeroplane is not a comfortable thing to use. Again, this is what you do when you don't grow your own thing. I repeated it again and again. Nigeria is a nation that don't need to import anything because God has given us almost everything. Now look at the trade tension they are talking about. Trade tension with the United States. What is it that we cannot produce on our own?
Daddy
The
Chris,
basic things we need is we can build our houses these days. We can supply our
Daddy
own
Chris,
electricity.
talking about Buhari dying in the London hospital.
Yeah.
I will ask a question here. If you prepare a meal and you know that meal is half cooked and it can become food poison, and you are serving it to people to eat, will you eat from that meal?
Virtually. No, sometimes you don't do. If
The
I
answer
know,
is no.
if I'm the one that prepare it, I will eat it too.
Fine, that's what I'm saying. If you prepare it and
No,
you are serving it and you know
I will
that
not eat
food
it
is
now.
food poison, will you eat it?
I will
No,
not.
because the presidency and the government of the today has not provided any solution for proper Medicare, so they cannot use the Nigerian hospital. They will prefer to go to where they feel is safe. Here is poison. They know it's poison. And they are the ones preparing it, but they know it is poison, so they won't taste it. Some years back, I was in Israel and I was discussing on how we can bring in facilities into Nigeria. It is the policies of the government that refuse that project to become successful. So when you have wonderful ideas and the policies are not giving you room to create these facilities, what do? If you have to build a standard hospital here in Nigeria now, even the government will rip you off of taxes and the things you need to do to get that off the ground, if they will even permit it. So a lot of things are half-baked and they know, and that is why they will not use the hospitals in Nigeria.
Quite unfortunate.
And look at the big shape now. Our president died in London. Jimmy Carter died in the United States. Ronald Reagan died in the United States. They not go another country, go die.
And we are using our money to pay for the bills.
Incidentally, that Chris, it was at the hospital where he stayed, where he passed on. We're paying £3,000 every night.
Yes.
And that's a lot of money. And that's something that would have been an injection into a financial injection into our health sector. And when you look at it's not just about the president alone. Almost all of them are political elites. They look at it as a status symbol, traveling abroad on medical tourism, on the expense. If it was at their own expense, 90% of them wouldn't do that. But at the expense of taxpayers' money, it's very convenient for them. It's not just about medical evaluation, but it's equally about medical tourism. They go there. Incidentally, in most cases, the doctors that treat them are Nigerians as well. So it's so shocking. You have Nigerian doctors treating you in the UK or in Canada or America, and you couldn't have asked yourself all these years, why are these people going on exodus out of Nigeria and coming to where things are working to come and work, and we still come back that people treating me here? That means it's not about manpower. Manpower is something we have more than enough in Nigeria. So it's about institutions and policies and priorities which are all lacking, which are all weak and wicked by the system of democracy that we practice today. Quite unfortunate.
Engineer, if I get the story correctly, there was a time Nigerian doctors were going out of the country. They were going out of the country to go and get job. So it's not as if we don't have the trained personnel. Even the few ones needed to retrain us are there. But they cannot retain them because people are running away. And that is a country. So like you rightly said, the person that must have been treating Buhari here must have been in Nigeria. And it is not in Nigeria. What the kind of food they will give to the Baba? Baba grew up eating cow. Maybe they'll come now, they give Baba that kind what do you call? Give them potato. That one go kill him quick. Mary, if you don't give me, if I don't eat a bar, and now I went to buy fufu the other day. If I don't eat fufu in a week, I will be sick. In those days, when we were living in some part of Europe, when there was no kind of food, there's something they call flour. We will make it like a bar. We turn the flour into a bar. That was our bar. Now we take the hammer tomato soup. The only soup we could get, the only tomatoes you did there. You buy fish and this thing, you cut onions and you turn it to soup. And that was how we made it our own. On now, Africa, of course, Nigerian food is coming to London more than as if it is even in Nigeria. So we can eat Nigerian food here. You see what I'm saying? We Buhari have that kind of food in the hospital. When you give an old man new kind of food, now kill you, don't kill him. The system will change. There's no good food that is as good as what your system is used to. How can you begin to give me new food now? Where how can this old body take it? So you see, like Liberty and Elijah rightly told us, when you prepare poison for others, as they are dying, you are going to discover your own poison too.
Yes,
Because
sir.
where you go, you don't know whether the people there prepare poison too.
Yes, sir.
You run to another place where you don't know their poison. It's better you deal with your own poison.
Far
And this
better.
is a shame today. I said we'll not speak ill of the dead, but it is not really good in the ear to hear that our president died in a London hospital. And many of you now, now so now go end up. Because look at your place. You can, it doesn't cost nothing. In fact, it's even more economically viable for you to have a good hospital, even invest in it. You are in government, you are not planning. You're not planning retirement of your retirement is how much you can steal. And look at Buhari now. His retirement is going to London. But if the system was good, he would have been checking in a good hospital and even died peacefully there. You know, where is it to die at home? Those of us abroad, would they pray make we not die here? Just in case we don't know. Would they pray make death not meet us for Europe? Because the last time I checked, the Okara meeting here, the people when they go to the meeting, because they know say when they die, we'll carry them go home. Mary, listen to me. When they go to the meeting, when they go Okara meeting, where I come from, because the old people there, they know that they don't have a place at home anymore. Now, if they die, you know how much to carry coffee, the body home. So, but our meeting will rather gather money and bring you home. So now I tell them, so this meeting now is a place where we take for where we do burial. I know we'll go again. Let's think of how we're gonna let's think of how to relocate them now. So when you think Europe is the best, you send your child that's supposed to go. Yesterday I was showing images of schools in Kokori. It was so disheartening. The same children, people there that made the money from the oil, their children are abroad studying in Mary. Then you think you punish those, you prepare poison for them. But God have a way of doing things around. Though. The one that went to study here, they won't come back. Maybe let me tell you this. I use my instance, and if I say it, Okara will kill me today. When I was growing up, it is not the children of those that were running the community then that are in power now. Power don't shift. And I say to them again, those of you in power now, it's not your children that will run Okara tomorrow. Because unless you sow it right, you're not going to inherit the land. The land belongs to God, and He decides. I'm not the one judging you. Sometimes we really underrate this God. We think God is not working. The kingdom of God is here.
That's correct.
Not when you die, you stay here. If we follow Jesus now, I say so many things, it's already here. We're not going to die again. When I talk and I say, let me kill me. If now follow what Jesus talk, we will not die. You go wake up. When God created this world, did He say you should eat meat?
Have been a better place.
When He created people, put them in the garden. Maybe He put cow there, made them eat. Now one day we decided to kill cow, they eat. This fellow animal was supposed to be your friend. Now you the kill, they eat.
Which one be our friends?
We need to go and ask God.
Which one be supposed to be our friend? So cow will be my friend. Nobody.
It's not be your friend. Why God create am? God show you fruit, beautiful fruit, make you eat. If you eat only fruit, you will not die. Oh God. Let me not go into that. Let's not go into that one today. We'll not go into another battle. Well, guys, thank you very much. I want this discussion to be really simple. Maybe let's say the second paper. Now, as we're talking about this, I wanted to talk about the mystery of death, which is something we've already answered at the beginning. It's a great thing to die. Don't be worried about it. In fact, maybe not only when you die, now you get peace of mind. All this giddy, at least when you die, you know, so you don't see the end. You don't get what they want to beat you again. It be like picking when you walk in now. You don't beat and finish. You still get what you want. So now when we see that, we get to the end. So no more fear. The fear of mankind not to die. When you die, you are peace. Another day they come. Now you go ask. Now today threatening us when they this was say if we don't die again, we'll die again. Now wow, this is not Christianity said. So if I don't die for this one, I go see that another one. Mary, there's God though. This message when I go first die now. I'll not die again. If I die in sin, I will die again. If I die in Jesus, I will die no more. That is they fear me. So somebody go die for this kind of word again. Come they die again. Kai.
I'm trying to look at the second paper. He said we should.
Thank you, my daughter. Let's do that. Hey. Which one are we going for?
Okay, we can see the. I don't know. Okay, let's see the Vanguard. The Vanguard. The big story on the Vanguard. We have a deluge of tributes as Buhari dies at 82. How he traveled to London, took ill, died. Tinubu ordered Shettima to bring home Buhari body from UK. Declared 7 days mourning. Summons emergency FEC meeting tomorrow. Obasanjo, IBB, Jonathan Atiku, Osibanjo, Akpabio, Obi, governors, others paid tribute. And all these stories.
7 days. 7 days money. No work for 7 days.
7 days.
Tinubu where? No, I think only among themselves. It's 7 days.
Yeah, you can see the people that they listed here now. Our leaders now. No, for the leaders. Past governors, present governors. Daddy Chris, I thought you came here to mourn him calmly because it was not what I was expecting Daddy Chris to say on this show. I was so surprised that Daddy Chris said 1 minute silence. I was like, what happened? So this one that you are mourning him quietly. Let's continue, not complain. 7 days. Let's
do that. Let's end the show without complaining today, I beg. Because we don't want to go there.
But I know that day you will come back and complain. You have not mourned him the way you want to. The way you want to mourn him, you have not mourned him. But I know that another day you will say your mind. So no problem.
Another day we will mourn Buhari for his character, for what he has achieved. Buhari's achievement is different from. I look at his positive achievement today. He took risks, he became president. But we're going to look at the evil. One of them, Liberty, Elijah told us today. When you cook poison, you can't share and you go eat her. That will be another money for Buhari. Maybe we're going to do a show remembering Buhari. We're going to remember him. But today we are mourning him. It's a different thing. Let's mourn him well, then we will remember him in another show. Now that time we want to remember another time we're going to say we're not good. But make we mourn today.
No, we have tension. Managers failed in enlisting new contributors, resort to working, and that's on page 25. NGE urges government media to prioritize national security, responsible reporting on page 5. Awujale of Ijebuland, Oba Adetona, dies at 91 years. And still on the point, you have Obi, Labour Party kicks as Abure's faction visits, Wiki on page 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think these are all the stories we have this morning on the Vanguard.
Yes, and we're going to come back to. Thank you very much, Mary. That's what we're going to. Those two papers are enough. We've mourned Buhari enough for this morning. Do we have Asaba back? Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming back on the show. Yes, today is a day where we take a look at some of the beautiful things that's happened in the country. That is a beautiful thing, like I said. We mourn the passing of the president. At this moment, at this difficult time, we really sympathize and with all Nigerians and all well wishers. That being said, like I said, another day we're going to remember him. Today we're mourning him. Two different words. When we remember you, sir, it's different than when we mourn you. Now we're mourning. It's understandable. We don't speak in word of the dead. But when we remember you, no, all the things you said, all the things you did, we will talk about. So whether you're good or not, so that children will learn. We know they forgive you for that one. All right, so that's but then we'll come back to where we are. Liberty is with us in the stadium. He has talked us through some of the things he's doing at this platform. Like I said, for those of you in London, he's coming to Nigeria Week. You have the opportunity to meet with him one-on-one. And there's one part of it, Liberty did not talk to us. Yeah, he told me, yes, he actually told us, and that's why I'm talking to those of us in diaspora, for all of you around the world. When I ask this kind of question, even in Nigeria, you can become a businessman by partnering with them. Now, and he has made it clear that you do all kind of things. That is the part I want him to really touch upon again. For those of us that have small money in our pocket, we want the money to grow. So how do we work with Liberty to add 10 to 10 and 10 and another 10 to what we already have, so that in retirement we have something to breathe on. So Liberty, could you talk us through that before we end this one?
Thank you. Because we are providing a service and we are solving a problem, our business model is something that is unique. And I'm using this platform to ask Nigerians in diaspora, even locally here, those who are willing and ready to be part of this change, because we are seeking for this partnership to be able to provide a broader view of what we do to the masses. People are, as we speak, I have a list of applications for services we need to render under microcredit and agribusiness of over 7,000 persons seeking for funds. These funds are secured with us because our system is close niched in a way that whatever inflows that comes in is micromanaged, in the sense that we definitely would use these funds in a way that people would be imparted, and the result of applying those funds in their life is profit on those funds. So everyone who is out there, which is something that I needed to discuss while in the Nigerian week in the UK, is to ensure that Nigerians see where they can put their money back home. And you can hit your hand in your chest and say, I have $10,000 investment in Nigeria and it's affecting 1,000 lives in Nigeria. And these people, these wives, more especially the women and you young ones, would continue to praise and pray for you, because your fund is helping them to be able to make ends meet back here in Nigeria. And doing that, you also would generate income, because this fund will come with profit within the time frame that that fund will be in use. So instead of this money remaining idle, we can help you manage these resources and be able to give back to you definitely after. For example, if we decide to go into agri with the funds you are bringing in, our agri projects are 4 months and then we are harvesting. So for every 4 months, we have a cycle of products that we are putting out there, and then this money can be turned around. And they are all definitely positive EOPs, which you can see that these funds are being utilized properly, and then we can be able to partner. But the bottom line is, let's partner. Let's use this money to help people who truly need this fund. This is not a project like grants. This is not a project like the government scheme where only those who know people benefit from. But we are touching life at the grassroots, the bottom of the pyramid, the micro and the informal sector are the people we are actually working with. And they are actually happy that this platform is there.
Thank you very much. That is exactly what I want people to get. That sometimes we say we don't have money. You know, Mary, I'm going to throw this question to you, young woman. If we all decide today, say let us Nigerians, let us drop 5,000 naira in one place. I'm sure every Nigerian can afford to drop 5,000 naira. Do you know how much that money will be, Mary? 5,000 times 400 million. You know, we think we're not up to 400 million. Even if not 200 million, say. If you say every household must pay their own 5,000 like a tax, and it can even be monthly, it can be yearly. You know how much Nigeria will be keeping somewhere for tomorrow. Or we can look to do joint investment tomorrow. But with my 5,000 naira, my people, I cannot do anything with it. But if the 5,000 naira come together, Nigeria can do one great thing. The thing killing us will be destroyed. Let me see, that is the gospel. That's why I call what this guy doing is as a gospel. So many of you have this kind of gospel to preach. Don't be afraid. Be brave. Say it.
Daddy Chris, I was in Singapore some years ago, and there I discovered that almost every family own a business. They do crowdfunding within their family cycle. Here in Nigeria, everybody is struggling to help themselves.
Mary,
Everybody is
do
struggling
you hear
to
me?
survive.
Mary, do you hear me talk this model? No.
Right.
Listen, I've said this again and again. Mary, is that not true?
That's true.
A family cannot even be poor. If you are poor in your family, it's your fault.
Yet, the family remains poor if everybody decides to be independent and run on their own. Just imagine in my family, let's say we are 30 family members. If the 30 of us decide to say, let's set up a business and contribute 20,000, we will be able to raise a business with 600,000, for example, that will be thriving. And then the next month, let's do the same thing and raise another business for the next person. You will discover that everybody will own a business within the next few months because we cooperated as a family. But here we decide to do things independently, and it takes us longer. In fact, most of us don't get there. But if we can agree and work as a team, we'll get there on time, which is why I've said at Liberty Hub, let's come together and support the masses. That way we'll be able to touch lives and make it possible.
To add to that, don't ever say, oh, when they get there, I will be there. Be part of it now. Be part of those that make it happen. So the blessing from the beginning will be given to you. Don't be those who are blessed at the end because you join at the end. Join at the beginning. Be the builder. You see, family, like I said, the only reason we are suffering, even down to the family unit. I'm happy you saw it in Singapore. I've not been to Singapore, but this is my inspiration. Do you know our local government alone, even our community village alone? Yeah, I said to my kings, you are a king. They crown you to be king. What do you do? The thing, when I talk, they get angry. You have been made a king, sir. You are more powerful. You have subjects. The language is we are your subjects. What do you do with us? What leadership have you shown us other than to collect community money? Maybe we don't see their impact. But you know the painful thing? God has given them so much power to change our lives. So imagine if family is doing their own, the kings are doing their own, the local government are doing their own, the states are doing. Nigeria will not even need to wait for President Buhari or Tinubu. We don't need them. So perhaps we should not go back home today and draw on the inspiration of leadership and try and bring out what Buhari brought in him that made him a president. He's not the most intelligent man. I analyze him for you today, but he was able to become a president because he said, I want to be. And he did not just say, I want to be alone. He started working, and people now help him too. Do you know that when you start an idea, it's not you that actually do it? Do you know how many people contributed to Peter Obi's campaign? Peter don't know me. I've never met him. We probably will not meet in this world. But you see me talking about him, praising, talking about what he's doing. Is that not me contributing to his campaign, Mary? You don't need to say it. Yeah. It is not your duty to finish it. Let me come back to Elijah. Elijah, when you started it. How many people are now working with you? How many people are now even carrying the flag?
In my work team, as at today, we are well over 20. And I am having more people believe and invest in the business. And then when it comes to subscriber base, as at the time I had my first interview with you, we're just about 6,000 going to 7,000. But today we are 11,000 less one, 10,999 on the platform.
Add me to it, please. I want to make it to be 11,000 immediately. So let me be among. Add me to it. You see, what we see now, when you see this kind of thing tomorrow, I just can't wait to see how God works. This is the work of God. This is what God is looking for. God is looking. God is angry. God is actually tired. He cannot come and do this thing. He has given you the power. You see, when God created this world, I don't understand people. I don't know why they're disturbing God. God created us and he gave us the power and he left it with us. Every good thing that has happened in this world today is the work of man. It's not God anymore. He has done his job. On the seventh day, he rested. Everything you see now, now there is Mary, there's going to be Mary Pikin. It's not God. Because he has deposited that power to produce man in us. If there will be electricity in Nigeria, it will not be God, it will be us. If we're going to progress, if your community, if your village, if your family is going to start making money, it's no more God, though. It's not you. Thank you very much for joining me today. I cannot be more proud.
Thank you very much for having us. Yeah.
Yes, I cannot be more proud of you. Can't get all the information in this. Go and find out what it is. Find out for yourself, and you will thank me later. I like when the Nigerian kids say that. Do that and thank me later. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's a wonderful morning show. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. This is how we do it here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Get ready, London. Nigeria Week 2025 kicks off July 24th at the Hippodrome Theatre. Celebrate the giants of Africa. As the DG of the National Orientation Agency hits us with what makes Nigeria the true giants of the continent. Day 1 starts with a star-studded opening ceremony as we groove to Scope, Marvin, Boyson, and HP Zendo. Then, the UK Nigerian Creative Summit. Hear from Nollywood legend Zeb Ejiro, NBC DG on broadcast rules, and Film London on filming in London, and the British Film Institute on funding and distribution opportunities. Dive into panel and co-production and funding discussions and skill exchange with Middlesex University. Cap the night with a special screening of Zeb Ejiro's Sakobi.
Angela is not who you think she is. She's a demon who dies first.
It is a Nollywood Magic, Nigerian Week London 2025, where culture meets business. Tickets at event.
SR TV. Innovate.